select whatever's on that layer. Now, I've highlighted the image, so I'm just going to name the image layer so I can just call it that feature. I'm just going to double click it. I'm going to call it image. So get used to naming your layers as well.
So what you've done. I have. It's supposed to be bigger again. So let's just blow it up a bit.
When I've got that image layer named, I'm going to make sure it's highlighted. So it's the blue layer. Click on it to make sure it's highlighted. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do this a couple of different ways. If I've highlighted the image layer, and if I've got this selection of my type here, I could hit the delete button on my keyboard, and it would cut out a big chunk of text. Now it's the wrong. I don't want to cut out this part here. I want to cut out the background. So I'm going to undo that for a second. Control Z is a shortcut for undo. So if I wanted to cut out the background here, I would reverse the selection. I'd reverse the selection. So I'd go up to my select menu and I choose inverse. So that now everything on this layer is highlighted except for the type itself. So when I hit delete at this stage, it just leaves me with the type. And if I deselect, I've got that texture showing through. But one thing about this is it's destructive. It gets rid of content. So sometimes I might need that content a little bit later, but get that part first.
Reopen it again and see if that works. I'm going to close it down and pull it down. I'm going to close the whole thing, pull it again. I'm going to save it and I'm going to try and reopen the thing again and see if that works. Reopen the picture. Just try.
Oh, it's weird because like you're using the same selection tool for
It was a challenge.
so it shouldn't be a problem.
I'll try
Yes. I actually got one.
No, she tried to help me and it didn't work. She tried to help me and it didn't work. Like,
right, so
we have to
try to drag it now. Yay! Now it works.
Now it works. Why didn't it work beforehand?
I don't know. And we had the same
the same
selection
picture. It was
tool,
like,
so,
and it was the same. It wasn't like.
It was the same. I don't know.
That was weird.
So you have to have it
that now.
just on top of the texture. Oh, and then you get control. Press control, and then we get the texture. Which is all the text. So it came out. And
then what
did you do?
I don't know.
Rename the layer for image. I don't know, was that important? Not
I was gonna put him in.
Just so it
just so he has it there. So just so he's come over. Whoa.
Select inverse. Select.
What is select?
Well, I have no idea.
Inverse.
Where did you get that?
Go to select menu. Go to select. Oh,
and that's it. Okay, and then we just.
And then what did you do then? Am I going for you? No? Did it work? No? Okay. I just got this far, Paulina.
What is it?
How did you get?
I got it!
What did you want?
I just clicked on it.
She just clicked.
It's
like magic. Paulina is magic.
Worked.
Paulina is magic, guys. Paulina is magic. You have a magician. If you have a magician at your party, contact Paulina. Paulina is there. Paulina is magic.
It would be probably easier to go YouTube and just. But hey,
yeah,
it
Google.
works.
At least we got it. That kind of looks cool.
Right?
It looks really cool. I got a Snapchat. Woo.
What?
I got a Snapchat, but look, I'm broadcasting live in college.
Why not?
I've got how many likes do I have? Say my likes I have. Wait. I have Joe. Because Joe, go away. How many likes do I have? Joe, just yeah, no. I have 250 likes so far, and I've been broadcasting for 5 minutes. I have 250 likes.
So what I want you to do is have a look.
Am I missing?
Weirdly, I got bits and pieces from the side. I don't know, is that because the size of it? See that?
That's weird. I didn't get that.
This. Now you've got the textures underneath it as well. I'm not too sure, but that's okay. You can turn that off.
There, okay, it's on.
We're going to step back.
Okay.
Hang on there for a minute. That's fine.
It's got some.
It's
here.
History pod. So if you bring our history pod, it's like that box.
Like that's Pauline.
Just on the top right here. See that? So this is your history. Now what I'm going to do is in my history pod, I'm going to, because that deletes, because it gets rid of information that might be useful to us, I'm going to step back. So I step back. One, that's where I cleared it or deleted it. Two, this is where we inverse the selection. And then I step back once more. I'm back to where I've got the original selection and I've got my image behind it. Is that okay? So say I want to do this in a non-destructive way. So I've got everything I need. I've got the selection and then I've got the image behind it. I'm also highlighting the image layer. And when I look down, we did this with the butterfly image and the color last week. Sorry, the week before last. Put this up your palette there. It's a rectangle with a circle cut out. That creates our layer mask. Our layer mask is like, it's basically like a stencil. You put a sheet of card, and out of that card you've got the word texture put out, you've got the selection put out. And then you place that sheet of card over the background, so it doesn't actually delete anything of the background. The background is still there, but I can only see through the whole of the stencil. Okay? It's really easy to make. I come down to this layer mask button, the circle put out of the rectangle. I just click once. Okay. So try that. See if you can get that layer mask set up. See the way it looks in your layer palette. So here on the right you've got the stencil, and here on the left you've got the image. Okay.
What do I do without you, Paulina?
What?
I want to do
Now,
without
the
you.
nice thing about this is I can still work on the image. So if I come over and I click on the image part of this layer mask, so this is the image part here, I can go up and I can go up to the image menu. I can go down to adjustments. So we said that the image menu will keep going back to it. It's a little bit like the object menu in Illustrator. Photoshop will keep going back to that image menu. I'm going to go down to where it says adjustments and over to where it says hue and saturation. So for instance, if I want to utilize this particular, I can click on the colorize button here. I'm going to just try and make it tone in with the rest here. So I'm editing the image.
It's like a little child on Christmas.
I might also just increase the lightness of the image.
And he's like, this is the best thing ever.
And I might also just change the size a little bit.
What's wrong with my computer
Also
today?
changing the saturation of the image.
Hey, what's wrong with you? The hue and saturation.
You
So
have to get
the nice thing
that
about this technique
and then go to image.
is that the image stays intact.
With
I
you,
haven't
you're like
deleted
you, like
anything.
me.
Now, another way this is useful is that, okay, if I
That's
decide,
cool, look at that.
okay, that's not the best part of this image to show through the stencil, I can break the link. So see the way there's a link between the mask and the layer. I can click the link to break it. Okay, out of this first. I can click the link to break it,
Paulina, say hi.
making sure that I'm highlighting the image part again. use my move tool just to move the image. So you can see I'm moving the image underneath the mask. So I'm moving the image underneath the mask and just selecting a slightly better part of that image to show. Again, I'm going to link them, click in between them again. And as long as they're linked like this, I can do things like transform it. So I'm going to hit Control T. Remember those two shortcuts that I want you to Control T is for transform. Control D is for deselect. There are two things that you're going to be constantly doing in Photoshop. And when I hit Control T, it puts this box around the image. Now, I want to keep the proportions the same. So I go to the corner anchor point, and I put my finger on shift, just to remember to put the finger on shift. And I'm just going to scale this down a little bit. So you can see that as long as that link is between the mask and its layer, they'll also scale down together. So I'm just going to scale this down, create a little bit more space for myself. To get rid of this border you're transforming, when you've got it the size you want, I just hit Enter. And this is just the original layer that you can see here. It's just the one we created originally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that original layer. Actually, I won't delete it. Have you deleted it? No. If you delete let's just take the time to type the word broken. I want to know, and I want to kind of toward the middle of it. So I've just added the texture layer, but if you don't have a texture layer, you can just type the word in. Again, I want it really nice and bold. I want it big. We can edit and play. So I'm going to type that text in. And then I'm going to click the move tool again just to jump out of text edit. So everything we've done so far has been stuff we've already done in Illustrator. It's just slightly different ways of getting the same results. But now we're going to do stuff that you can only do in Photoshop. So it's not type related stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to convert this text layer into a graphic layer. And in Illustrator we did something similar when we had type. At certain times we expanded this up, and that changed it from being editable type to being graphic in Illustrator graphic, which is a vector graphic. But this time, the easiest way to do this is go to my type layer where I've got this word broken, right click on it, and there's an option here to rasterize. And rasterize just means you're converting it into an image. And in this case, because we're in Photoshop, the image is going to be made out of text. So I just go over to my type layer, right click on it, and I'm going to choose rasterize type. Now watch what happens with that type layer when you do that. It no longer has the teeth, and so I can't edit it with the type tool anymore. And so what I want to do initially is I want to select just this letter O, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it, take it from that layer, and I'm going to put it on its own layer. I want you to get used to using layers, and I want you to think about when is a good time to use a new layer. So I'm going to take one of my selection tools. I'm going to take the rectangle marquee tool, and I'm going to just isolate the O, and I'm just making sure that when I draw this marquee, that it's not taking any other thing with it, that it's not taking any of the board that came with it. So one shortcut for just removing the O quickly is Control and X. Control and X. So I've got layer, which is my broken layer. And if I go down to the base of my layer palette, I can add a new layer. So just beside the dustbin icon, there's this button here to add a new layer. It'll just be a blank, transparent layer. Remember before we dragged other layers down and dropped them onto this button, and it copies layers as well. So that's another thing. But for the moment, I just want you to click that new layer button. It adds a layer just above the broken layer, and I'm going to name that just letter O, so we know what's on it. There's nothing on it at the moment. I've added it with the layer button, and I've changed its name. I'm making sure that it's highlighted, which it should be anyway, because it's brand new. And then I'm going to go up to the edit menu. Edit, then paste special. And I'm going to choose that O to paste it in place. So it's going to paste the O back to where we cut it from, but it's going to be on its own now. Okay. So I choose paste in place. And now if we look at that letter O there, I can hide and show it. So it's actually that O is on its own there. And what that means is when I'm seeing other letters selected those by accident. So because we've put it, because we've rasterized and changed it into a graphic, we can start to do things that we wouldn't be able to do easily with other software. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take, making sure that I'm on the letter O there, I'm going to take the rectangular marquee tool, and I'm going to just draw a line down through the center of the O. Now I've gone a little bit over the OR here, but that doesn't matter because it's on a different layer. Now I want to nudge this O, this half of the O away from the other half. So I'm going to click the move tool. And while I've selected the move tool, I'm going to just nudge it over slightly to the left. So I'm going to use my cursor key. Using my cursor keys just means that it essentially means that it keeps it on the same level if I just use my left cursor key to nudge it away.
How did you do that again?
So there's a few steps.
After the rectangular.
So did you rasterize this layer? Okay,
It's like, no, you're like, no, that's pretty wise or creative on here.
Before I do that, when you've nudged it to the left, I want you to deselect using the shortcut Control and D.
Deselect.
So I'm just going to real quickly do it from the start again, okay?
Yeah.
So just for anyone that got kind of a little bit left behind. So I'm stepping back to before I've rasterized the time. So, okay, here I am just with the word broken and it's on a text layer, okay? The first thing I do is I convert this from being a type layer to being a graphic layer. So what I do is I go over to my type layer, I right click on it, and I rasterize type.
You're confused.
So you'll see that I no longer have
Go to here and see where's it gone. See that there?
I no longer have to see. Good?
Oh, I can't do that.
What?
Is it the type I picked again?
No, you can say something.
Right.
You should be able to rasterize anything.
Yeah, because I'm not able to rasterize any of these. Like these ones here are different types.
Yours is already rasterized.
Yeah. Where did it?
Okay, the second thing is
probably.
I'm going to take my rectangular marquee and using that I'm going to isolate the O. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to take any of the ORM accidentally. So I'm just being careful with that selection. So I'm not getting any of the other letters in there. Okay. I'm going to cut the O now using Control and X. That's just a general shortcut again in any software. You can use that in Word or anywhere. is always
Pauline
cut.
uses my beard from
Control
like
C
me
is
today.
always copy.
I bet you. You right.
Now at this stage, so I've cut the O. I'm going to put a new layer in just above my broken layer. So this is my new layer button just beside the dust line.
Mine actually worked.
I'll read it. I'll select it again.
Pretty good. So I'm putting a new layer in just above my broken layer, just with this new layer button just beside the dustbin line. And I'm going to name that layer. I'm going to double click into it and I'm going to call it letter.
Because you have it on the wrong layer.
So I'm adding a layer in above, just a blank layer at the moment.
Got it.
Yeah.
When I add a new layer, it's automatically selected. So it's automatically highlighted. So now I'm going to paste my O onto that layer. So I go edit, I'm choosing the option paste special, paste in place. So edit, paste special, paste in place. So that now my O is on a separate layer. So I can hide or show that layer. Okay, so you can see it's on a separate layer. Now we can start cutting this apart. And I don't need to be worried about those other letters on that layer. I just click with the marquee tool, the rectangle marquee tool is selected. I'm going to roughly cut this circle in two, or this letter in two. So I'm drawing the rectangular marquee. I'm not worried about the letters in this layer because it's not going to get back. And I'm taking my move tool. And I'm just nudging. So we're all kind of this now. I'm just trying to
How come my one on my history says nudge outline? It didn't.
So if I want to nudge the selection border, I'm up on the rectangle marquee tool. If I want to nudge the content, I need to be on the move tool. So I make the selection, then I jump to the move tool.
Works.
So I want to cut it again with the rectangular marquee. And this time I want to cut it horizontally. So again, I've drawn the rectangle marquee. And I want it to cut roughly through the center of this circle. I draw the rectangular marquee and I jump to my move tool. And I'm going to nudge this slightly up. At this stage, I'm going to deselect, Control, and D. So nothing is selected. It's always good. Sometimes you're trying to do things in Photoshop and it's not working. It's not affecting what you think it should affect. And it can be because a small thing is selected somewhere. And so always kind of Control D and then try whatever it is you're trying to do. Okay, look, the letter O is on its own layer. So some of the things, so you can see that we can cut this apart in a way that we couldn't cut type apart. We can also do things like, say I want to add filters to this. I can come along and I can go, okay, I'm going to add a filter to my letter O now, which is on its own layer. So I go up to the filter menu, and I don't really mind. The thing about filters is we're not going to have a class of filters. With filters, you really just want to open them up and try them out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my filter gallery for a second. And I'm just going to have a quick look around. These are my sketch filters. And you can see that because it's just a plain color, a lot of these won't really work with it. They'll work on photographs or things where there's more detail, but because it's just a single color, they're not going to do very much. But I'm going to choose this one. It's just under sketch, and it's this one. And what does that even say? It says reticulation, whatever that means. so I'm going to select that one. You can see it puts this
That's
kind of
cool,
nice
I like
effect over the, and I'm just going to click OK. So again, because it's an image now, I can apply filters to it. Now,
Cool.
you can see part of this filter changed it to black and white. So I can also do things like, with this, because it's on its own layer, I can go up back to my image menu. I can go back into adjustments. And I'm just going to go to hue and saturation again. Colorize. And I'm going to play around with the lightness and also the saturation. Make this a bit more red. So again, because it's on its own layer, it becomes much easier to edit it. You don't have to worry about those effects being applied to everything. So I'm going to OK that. And finally, with this letter, I'm going to transform it as well on its own layer. So I'm going to hit Control T. Control T. And I'm just going to take corner anchor points, put my finger and shift to stop it distorting. I'm also going to put my finger on Alt key as well. And just sizes it toward the center. So when I drag it down, I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller.
Whoa.
Again, I hit Enter to get rid of that border. And I can just nudge it into place there. So what Photoshop gives you that Illustrator can't is the ability to go in and play around with the pixels of the type. So converting it to an image and then editing. Editing it like any other graphic photo. Now, one of the things, so here's the bad news.
No.
Nicely into our second design.
He's like,
That's not bad news.
The second
and
design
it's like,
is
easy.
smaller than the first.
Easy. It's very easy. Paulina.
So it's not
It's easy, so much ever do. Paulina, it's the easiest thing I do. Just make web pages. Literally make a home, like about. A page. Loads of viewing. Take some photos, scope thing. Just put Pinterest boards. I've got web pages. Thank you.
I just got my zip.
Yay! Woo!
Thank you.
What if you get cold? What if you get cold now and do you want to zip it up? You can't.
I love the jumper.
Your team gun, yeah.
And Rome.
Oh, I love Rome. There.
And I know how to fix it.
2 years ago.
So,
I have 344 likes and I've been live for 20 minutes.
and people are actually watching that.
Yeah.
It's like, hey guys, we're in college.
Yeah, I'm
Guess
like,
what? We're doing CIG.
Yeah, I'm like, show them this. It's amazing work. That's my way to work. It's Paulina's.
My zip.
Is it? Look,
Yay! See?
subscribe to her YouTube channel. This is my number 1 fan. Isn't Sean?
Ah!
We're meeting for the first time in London this year, in August. We're going to meet in person after shopping. She shows for 3 years. Just a little.
That's interesting. My cousin's was meeting up with one of her friends that she met online
Yeah.
for the first time as well.
I met my friend Alice last year. Me and my friend Alice for 2 years, and we met last year somewhere in the city. And I was like, Alice, and
That's incredible,
You
isn't
know,
it?
you see people. You know, you see people. I was like slow motion. I was like running to her because I thought she saw me. And I got her birthday card and a present. It was her 21st birthday in July, so I got her present. And
Okay, so firstly, the dates. See, this project is designed just to run for the rest of the duration of the weeks we have. Which isn't a huge amount of contact time, obviously, a lot of that you're away, Easter break and stuff. But but I think it's more than enough time to get this assignment done. So what you're asked to do is to create a mock-up of a portfolio site. So what I want you to mock up for 3 pages. Okay. Now it's up to you what those pages are, but one needs to be the home page. One needs to be the page you hit when you get to your site. Okay.
And those all done in Photoshop.
There are 3 PSD files.
You have one of them.
So if you look, this is your size. This is your size. You're looking at 1366 by 768. So that's the size we were working on today. And the first thing I want you to do is I want you to do your research. And just like with your logo, you can keep it on Pinterest. And just like with your logo, anything that you pin, you need to put comments next to it. Now it's important that when you look at portfolio sites. So I put this link up on Moodle just as kind of a starting point. So when you look at portfolio sites, what I want you to get a sense of is, okay, how have they created the brand? How have they used their logo? How have they used the colors from their logo? How have they made that site, given that site an identity, which is partly what you're doing.
Do you have me on YouTube, Rachel?
The PDF file to create the business model. I also want you to look at just practical things like when you let's see if I can just pour out an example.
I did not sign in, so it's hard.
So when you build a website, one of the key things you have to do is figure out what's the right way to put your type content on, your text content. That's what we've been looking at kind of today. And so one of the things you need to look at are the size of your text. How big should your text be? So when you look at those portfolio sites, get a sense of how large their text is. Get a sense of how big headings are and how wide a block of text is as well. Because text should never span the width of the browser. The first thing that you get to the site is a pretty bad site is if the type spans the width of the browser. Because there's an optimum size, just like when you're reading a book or a magazine, there's so many words that should be in a sentence. I think it's about 13. And before it makes it more difficult for you to read, if this gets longer, it becomes kind of tiring and you just give up. If it's too short, you're dropping your eyes dropping down too soon. So I want you to look at things like this. I want you to look at, with a website like this one, they've got quite a lot of styles out of one font. So even though they've used one font, they've managed to lighten the font, change the weight of the font, change the size of the font, and change the color of the font. So I want you, when you're looking at portfolio sites, I'm not interested in ones that are very flashy, very kind of have lots of animation or video or whatever it is. I'm looking for well laid out, thoughtfully styled websites. Okay? And as well as just looking at the graphics, the way they presented the content, I want you to look at the content itself. I want you to be going, okay, well, this media practitioner, this say photographer, this is how he's introduced himself, or she's introduced herself. And you go, I like that. I like the way they've done that. I like that it's not formal, it's real sort of friendly. And the way they describe their work is really good. And they've given descriptions of their work next to it. That really works. And I want you to be getting that stuff from the portfolio sites that you look at, as well as kind of a sense of the overall design. Okay. So when I hit your homepage, I will know you. You're not world famous yet. So when you get to that homepage, I want to go and I want to see, okay, this is your name, this is the kind of thing you're interested in, this is the work that you're producing, and maybe you give me a sense of what's on this and how I engage with it. So I want that research on Pinterest. And again, anything that you can, you need to comment on. But again, I'm not looking for essays. I just want a couple of sentences next to each thing ones are important. And the second thing I'm looking for are your idea generation. It's important. We're not building this site. We don't have time in this. It's just about getting used to Photoshop. This part of the assignment. It's not necessary. And sometimes with other classes, we'll get to build the site. Say the graphics class. Each of these 3 pages, I'm going to need mock-up pages, just something slightly different logo design. And I put this link up, and I have to update the latest version of this link. I'll make sure all the links are speaking when I mention things. And this gives you an idea of the amount of detail you need in those mock-ups. Sometimes people mock up pages and they just draw a series of boxes, and that's useless because when you mock up your web pages, you need around this amount of detail here because you need to know, okay, I'm going to have 2 columns here, and this image here I need to make to fit that column. So you need to have a certain amount of detail in those mock-ups. So based on your research, figure out how you're going to introduce yourself to the homepage, figure out what the banner on the homepage is going to look like, it's going to have your logo on it, and figure out how many images you're going to have on your homepage. Captures from, say, your video project you're working on. They could be photographs from different samples. And it's important that for each of those you look at relation size. Look at it like if someone is into sound and they have their sites up, so key things is they can have the sound clips up there, they can have those fonts up there, like on a set of headphones, but how do they present them on the page as well? So I'll be expecting 3 pages mocked up in this way. Now obviously some elements